Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the chicken is here. We are back in action today, and in today's video, guys, I want to do a little bit of a wrap-up review and talk about some of the problems that we had in Season 41. If you enjoy the videos, make sure to subscribe. Also, check out the shop. We got some free stuff in there for the holidays. We got a holiday gift, 1 day of the extra builder, no animation, and 150 gems. Who doesn't want that? And we got our daily chest in here, and of course, over here, oh my god, it's the code chicken. Expires every 7 days. Appreciate it, especially over the holiday season. If you guys throw that code in there, if you're going to pick up anything. So, yeah, so here's where we're at. Now, quick little recap of where I ended up. So, I went back in. As you can see, I got 2349. And, yeah, so we ended up, right now we're at 2 day 6, so should be a lock for 500 if not, then it isn't. We'll figure that out as we go. But yeah, so we were able to go back in, and what I ended up doing was I added the Doom Cannon. The Doom Cannon was all we needed. I didn't get the DBD or the troop damage at the very end. Obviously, we could have, but just with going away for a few days, I just wanted to make sure that we locked in the top 500 first. So yeah, we got that done, and it was a rough season, man. Like, I honestly feel like this was probably the worst season we've had in Warships, which is, which sucks, but let's go over some of these replays. Which sucks, but yeah, like there was a lot of problems with the season. Like, I feel like the base layouts, especially at 6 ER, they didn't really make sense. It kind of, as we can see right here, it was just a tough base, and it was easy to really spread it out. And of course, the main problem this season was critter launchers and the bug. And honestly, I'm kind of the mindset that they either need to be reworked. Obviously, the bug needs to be fixed. Okay, that goes like totally, first and foremost, without saying. They can't be in the tech tree anymore until they fix that issue with the client server error where there's too many critters on the screen and it crashes the game. That is, makes the game unplayable, and that's stupid, and it shouldn't be in there. That being said, if we, take that away from the critter launchers and look at, how they normally function and that kind of thing, I still think, in my opinion, you guys might agree, you might disagree, but in my opinion, they need to be reworked or totally removed, because they kind of kill the fun of Warships in the sense that they make the battles last way too long. Like, if you guys noticed, your battles were taking a lot longer this season. That was primarily due to the critter launchers. And I know there's ways around them. I know you can throw in some laser rangers and, they can take care of them. But I think that their problem, I think the easiest way they could fix this would be to simply slow down the fire rate of them so they don't shoot out so many critters all the time. They would still be an effective defense if they shot at maybe half or a quarter of the rate that they do currently. They'd still get that distraction bonus, but it's not like so overwhelming. It doesn't become like, one of the main defenses. Sure, it's cool to have a new defense. Don't get me wrong. That's something we talk about all the time. But we don't want something to crash the game, and we don't want something that, makes every battle just a crawl. Like, Warships is a grind enough as it is. Some lovely placed artilleries there. I don't think slowing down the gameplay is really the answer or really something that we need in a defense. I just don't like how they affect that aspect of the gameplay. It just seems kind of counterintuitive and less fun is really the best way I can put it. Now, obviously, there's ways to deal with them, like we said, the laser rangers being, mostly that. But yeah, I'd like to see them reworked, and for right now, completely taken out until that bug has been solved. So that's kind of my thoughts. I'd like to see them removed. What would you guys say? Let me know down below in the comments if you like them or you don't like them. But yeah, so overall, it was a weird season. We had the Laser Rangers. The Laser Rangers were cool. I actually really enjoyed how they changed up some of the troop combos. They were really good. They were tough to use, which is fine. But but they were really good, and they changed a lot of different. It was almost like the perfect. It's like you have the worst warships ad over here, and then you have what essentially is all you could hope for is just something that's useful. Number one, can be really good depending on how you use them, and requires a pretty high skill cap, I would say, to be good with them. Obviously, when you're just spamming them at the early stages, that's nothing. But like making sure you keep them alive, like that did get very tricky later on. I don't know if they need more health because then it just becomes laser ranger fest. So I think they have to be close to dying, kind of at all times. They have to be one of those troops that's going to get eaten alive by rocket launchers and things like that. So I don't know. They're definitely interesting, and I mean they saved us in that 4ER, the 4ER hellhole that we were all stuck in for so long. So let's talk about that next. Like they need to make the seasons, they need to make the tech trees a little bit more balanced, just in terms of stats. Like I don't know how many times we're gonna have to have a season with 50% troop health, all the way through. Sure, you don't always need that. I think that was actually the only troop health. Yeah. So 50% troop health, no bueno. That's no good. Stop doing that. Because it ends up being okay, but then when you're in 4ERs and 5ERs and you've got all the defenses, max rocket launchers, these new things, and 100, I don't know what it was at that point, 100 DBD or 50. It was 50. But I mean, even just with that, like it just becomes too much. And sorry, I'm choking on something. Excuse me as I pull something out of my mouth. The defense just becomes way too strong, and you can't deal with them. And it just like if it ever gets to the point where you can't collect a chest, that can't happen. That's not good. That stops the gameplay for everybody. People get fed up. They hit 4 to 4, and they're like, oh well, I'm gonna throw in the towel this season. That can't happen. Should always lean a little bit more offensive heavy than defensive heavy, if that makes sense. If we're going to take it to one extreme or the other, it's got to be offensively skewed, not defensively. So just my opinion. Anyways, I think that makes it more fun. And yeah, it's a base race, like blah, blah, blah. Like, I understand that some of these sound like complaints. I'm just trying to do a review. And I did honestly feel like this season was, one of the worst ones. And if you're playing competitively and you're trying to get a top spot, it's not going to be fun all the time, right? Like, so just to make that clear, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, there was definitely some good things in the season, but I just felt like, I don't know, the critter launchers between the bugs and, the other stuff just kind of sucked the fun right out of it. But going forward, hopefully they can learn from that. And we don't get a season like that again. It'd be nice to have a season that's just unaffected by bugs. Like it feels like the last 3 or 4 seasons, like something really dumb has happened every time. Whether it's like the season getting pushed back 2 weeks because of the update, and the boom mine fiasco switch. It's just like, whew, take a minute, review the tree, make sure it's good, and I don't know. I think what we need to do is start making community tech trees. Then at least we got somebody to point the blame at. So let me know what you guys think of that down below in the comment section. As always, thank you so much for watching. That is going to wrap it up for the video today. It is Christmas today, guys, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Hope you enjoy. Thank you. Love you all. And we'll see you in the next one. Chicken is out. Back.